Hey guys, how you all doing? Welcome back to another video. Today the Euro starts between Germany and Scotland, and fair to say we're both absolutely buzzing for it. Also Zach, welcome back to the channel, mate.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be back on the show again.
That's good. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna go through the six. So basically today, well, this you've already seen on the title of the channel of the video. So we're going to go, so this is round one, which is now the start of the 24-25 season. So to kick things off, we've got 6 games to go through. We've got Serbia versus England, Romania versus Ukraine, Belgium versus Slovakia, Austria versus France, Turkey, Georgia, and Portugal, Czech Republic. So in this round, 100k is up for grabs. Again, that's the main reason why I play this game, is for the money. I mean, Zach, what would you do with 100k?
I probably would retire straight away, just like that. Live abroad, probably either Canada or Turkey. Obviously, £100,000 is a life-changing sum of money. And yeah, I think that's something I would end up doing, or either potentially just invest it to charity.
Yeah, I mean, mate, if I win this money, mate, I'm on the first flight to Croatia. But yeah, anyway, so again, like I just said, we're buzzing for the tournament to start, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first game in round one is between Serbia and England. So, Zach, did you watch both of England's games against who is it? So Bosnia and Iceland. Did you watch?
I didn't have the opportunity to watch it, but from what I've been looking at through post-match analysis via the highlights, it seems that England have fallen off the wheels in the last couple of matches. Obviously, they had no problem with the European campaign, with European qualifiers campaign. They've obviously won 9 and drew 1, if I'm correct. But ultimately, forms in the last couple of games has not been good enough.
No, exactly, yeah, because basically as well, we've got the laptop in front of us, so we can. We can check out because I've had to log in on my Super 6 account on my friend's laptop to have a look at the team's current form in the last 5 games. So Zach, so looking at this, right? So Serbia, do you know what I've just clocked?
Yeah.
Look at this, right? So because they've beaten Cyprus twice on the same day.
Yeah.
Like what is this?
Yeah, football corruption right there, mate. That's for sure.
Oh my god. But yeah, because anyway, looking at Serbia's form.
Yes.
So let's just call it 2 wins in their last 5 games, right? Again, because we went through Serbia's squad, they've got Aleksandar Mitrovic up front. They've got
Dusan Tadic as well, as we spoke about. Obviously, my mate Wayne was speaking about it last week on the way home. They could cause problems to Serbia. I mean, you can't underestimate them.
No, exactly, because they've got Milinkovic, Savic. I feel like Serbia do have a good squad, and again, we can't underestimate Serbia because we have to go all guns blazing to win this game.
Yeah.
But then if you look at England, right, I'm only seeing 1 W here when really there should be. I should be seeing at least 3 Ws here.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I can understand the defeat to Brazil, which is fair enough. I mean, Brazil are never an easy team to face, even though their team hasn't been as at the peak as it used to be. Belgium, of course. I mean, the golden generation for them was over 2 or 3 years ago. They had opportunities to have won, obviously, at least the World Cup or get far in the Euros, but they haven't done that. Iceland, obviously, this past Friday, the final warm-up game was a shambles, obviously, from what I understand. And obviously, that was a chance for them to, obviously, win that game in style, but sadly they didn't. Even against Bosnia, they should have battered them even more.
Yeah, because again, I didn't see both games myself. I was watching Bad Boys featuring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. By the way, thrilling film. Yeah, I mean, look, I would love England to do well in this tournament, and because it depends how much the players really want it. Because because again, Gareth Southgate, look, this is his final chance to win the Euros. Otherwise, he's out the door. Because I even heard on social media that apparently if he doesn't win the Euros, he's leaving anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was with Gareth Southgate, I was critical of him after the World Cup quarterfinals. I mean, we were watching it together back in 2022. Because, listen, don't get me wrong, Gareth Southgate has done an amazing job with England in the last 8 years. But I feel like now is the time to deliver when it matters most. I mean, they were unlucky, obviously, in the semi-final of the World Cup against Croatia, by the way. Obviously, the final against Italy, that was a chance to have made history, but wasn't to be. Yeah, in the World Cup, obviously, of 2022, obviously we was unlucky against France. But again, I just feel like what lets him down is the how inept he is tactically, especially when in big moments he flusters. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it is his final chance in my opinion. As much as I've enjoyed obviously watching Southgate's England side in recent years,
Yeah.
but I feel like now it's time for a new direction if he doesn't deliver.
Yeah, exactly that, mate. It's like, again, I think at this rate, because whatever Southgate says to them in the change room, just ignore players. Listen, just ignore what he says, ignore what Southgate says, and just go for it. Go play attacking, entertaining football. Go for it. I mean,
Exactly.
There's no excuse not to, because then we've got Kane, we've got Bellingham, Foden. Like, I'm telling you now, our attack is more than capable of scoring enough goals against Serbia.
I agree with you. Let's go straight away into the predictions of the scoreline.
Right. Also, one other thing I forgot to bring up is England's left side of defence. Because I feel like Kyle Walker and John Stones are definitely the starting two.
Yes.
But then the question is, who will play alongside John Stones in defence in the first game?
I have a feeling it might be either Joe Gomez or Mark Gahey. Obviously, Joe Gomez can play centre-back or left-back, but as you saw in Liverpool throughout this past season, they he's been recently playing at left-back due to obviously Andy Robertson's injury.
Yeah.
A lot more, which he started at Liverpool. When he first started playing for Liverpool under Brendan Rodgers, he played at left-back, and he actually done a good job there. But at the same time, at centre-back, he's done a really good job on the club as well. So, apart from injuries, take the injuries aside, you know, he's actually been really good. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like, again, you know, Kieran Trippier from Newcastle, he's also played in that position before a number of times for England. But again, his form wasn't exactly great last season. But again, who else can we trust? Because we've got Luke Shaw. I would have him, but he hasn't played since February. So
yeah, I agree with you. Big risk.
But let's go straight into the predictions. I'm going 3-1 England.
Yes, I think I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for England as well. Now we're going to be predicting the game Romania versus Ukraine. So obviously, let's go through Romania's form first. 1 win out of 5. Obviously, picked up 3 draws along the way. And the early defeat was against Colombia, and that was a 3-2 game.
3-2 defeat, yeah.
3-2 defeat, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like, I'm looking at Romania's form. They drew at home against Bulgaria and Liechtenstein, bro. That's like, I mean, they have failed to score in their past 2 games, and even they drew at home against Northern Ireland back on the 22nd of March.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
No, mate, no, that's poor, but... Again, you got Ukraine. Again, they're going into this game in much better winning form, having won 3 out of their last 5 games with 1 draw and 1 defeat. I mean, I feel like, again, if you take away Ukraine's wins for a second, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at their 0-0 draw against Germany. I think for me that stands out quite a lot, because when you face against a team like Germany who have world-class players in their disposal, I think a 0-0 draw, especially away from home, that's a great result for them.
Yeah, we spoke about Germany, obviously, in the last episode of Touchline. And yes, apologies if I said Touchline, guys. As you guys know, I've recently started the podcast of Touchline earlier this month. So more on that on the description below via Spotify, so you can always have a listen to it. Anyway, go back to that game, Romania v Ukraine. That game against Germany, which took place almost 2 weeks ago now, because it was on the 3rd of June. Yeah, that was a good result for them. Obviously, Germany, haven't been at their best in recent years. Julian Nagelsmann obviously took over from Hansi Flick after the World Cup 2022. It pressures on Germany, obviously, in terms of obviously them delivering. But with Ukraine, I think they can cause Romania problems in terms of obviously the quality of players they've got in their disposal.
Yeah, because they've got like Yarmolenko, who plays for Dynamo Kiev in Ukraine now. He's played for West Ham in the Prem.
He used to play for West Ham, yeah, I remember that.
They've got, because we mentioned because we went through the squads on Monday. We got Mudryk, we have Zinchenko, Mikolenko. So Ukraine do have a few players in the Premier League. As with Romania, they've got Dragusin from Tottenham.
Andre Lunin, don't forget, who plays for Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think exactly. I think he's a really good goalkeeper, and I feel like based on paper, Ukraine surely have this in the bag.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to kick things off with the score prediction. I'm going to go for a I have a feeling it's going to be a very open game, but I'm going to go for a 3-2 win for Ukraine.
Oh, that's interesting. I had a feeling that I had a feeling of that before.
Yeah,
But then I'm like, actually, do you know what? It might be closer. It might not be. It might be entertaining with chances from both sides, but I might not see as many goals as I would like to. So I'm going 2-1 Ukraine. Right, moving on to the third game between Belgium and Slovakia. So, okay, so looking at Belgium's current form, they have won 3 wins in their last 5 games, drawing twice. As for Slovakia, they also picked up 3 wins in that exact same period with 1 draw and 1 defeat. So how do you see this going?
Yeah, it's going to be on paper. Obviously, Belgium will look to be favourites. Slovakia, by no means, you can't underestimate them because obviously they've won 3 out of 5 as well. To be fair, they've actually played really well against Wales on their last warm-up game. Wales, who failed to qualify for the Euros, unfortunately. But no, at the same time, with Belgium, they still got a really strong team. Obviously, like, even without Roberto Martinez, who previously managed the team, I do believe Belgium will go as favourites for that game. So, obviously, they picked up a good draw against England back in March as well. So, as we just discussed in the previous, obviously, the first game. But no, at the same time, I have a feeling it's going to go one way and one way only, and that'll be Belgium being favourites for that game.
Yeah, because they've got the attack. They've got Lukaku, De Bruyne, Trossard, Doku. Like, their attack is pretty good. Their midfield is like, you've got Yuri Tillemans from Aston Villa. You have I should know more players from their midfield, obviously, but then you've got their defence. They've got experience in Vertonghen. They've got Courtois in goal.
Yep.
And with Slovakia, because I remember we went through their squad on Monday.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
But we couldn't really identify who really stood out for us.
No, not really.
But I just feel like, based on paper in this game, Belgium have this in the bag as well. But yeah, this is pretty straightforward. I'm going to go for 4-1 Belgium.
4-1 Belgium. I'm going to predict a 5-0 win for Belgium.
Oh, ruthless!
Very ruthless, of course.
Ruthless. That's
no, I feel like it because I'm not going to rule out Slovakia's chances of scoring. I just think on paper, Belgium, are the favourites, but like obviously I could be wrong. But I feel like 5-0 wins is more than enough for them to go through. Right, so now we're on game 4, which is Austria versus France. Now, obviously, both sides are going into good form going into this game. Austria with 4 wins out of 5, unbeaten record under Ralf Rangnick. Whereas with France, the only defeat was against Germany, and that was a 2-0 win, which I'm surprised about, to be fair. 2 wins out of 5 as well, not good enough at all.
No, I mean, again, like, looking at Austria's, like Austria, 4 wins in the last 5 games, that's pretty good form. As for France, I mean, they have dipped in form a bit, but again, because I heard something about on social media about the players having this virus or flu, whatever it was, but I think that's just fake news.
Fake news,
Yeah, fake news.
In the words of Donald Trump, fake news.
Yeah, but no, but I think France, they're clearly favourites to win this game. I think, the squad they have, they've got the quality they have up front. They've got Mbappe, Griezmann, Giroud. I know he's now 37, but he's still got something left in him.
Yes, and that's his last tournament as well, I believe, as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then they've got that. Yes, they still have a decent midfield, really good defence in Upamecano, Saliba, Konate, and yeah, I think because we went through. Because remember on Monday when we went through Austria's squad, they've got like Marcel Sabitzer. They've got
Sabitzer. Yeah, what's his name? Who else?
God, even I'm struggling to remember their names.
Yeah, no, Sabitzer was the key midfielder. They got a good team as well, Austria. But no, France on paper will be the favourites. But no, I do believe, obviously, apart from the form, they dipped a little bit of warm-ups. They managed to get the job done in the qualifiers as well, so which is great. Their form, obviously, in the last couple of tournaments has been really good as well. Getting to the final of 3 of the previous 4 tournaments of both Euros and the World Cup. Got to the final of Euro 2016 in their host. They were the host nation. They lost to Portugal. Won the World Cup in 2018 against Croatia.
I was glad about that.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Don't blame you.
Because, bro, I remember, like, so I was watching the final in my living room.
Yeah.
And then because I remember we came back because we were behind, then we came back to draw 2-2.
Yeah, I was watching that game as well. Yeah, I remember that. That was a really good game.
Yeah, and then I think Pogba scored to make it 4-2. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, exactly.
No,
exactly. I can't lie to you. I mean, I wasn't emotional. I mean, like obviously I'm wearing my Croatia shirt. I love the country to bits. But I mean, I wasn't like emotional. I was just a bit disappointed in how it went, like how it all panned out.
Yeah, same.
But I think again, anyway, straight to the point. I think France. Yeah, I think they've just won this game on paper.
Yeah.
So
and also they lost the final to Argentina in the World Cup, as we discussed before. But no, as I said, I mean, to be quite honest, I did wanted Croatia to win as well. But at the same time, I knew France would get the job done. Yes. So straight to the point. What's your prediction for the scoreline?
2-0 France.
I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to France, mainly because I feel like Austria can cause an upset, potentially in that game. But as we've spoken about, France on paper has got at their disposal a very strong side. So, yeah, I feel like France will just edge it in the second half.
Okay, so game 5 of round 1 between Turkey and Georgia. So basically, this ain't a geography lesson, but both countries do share a border with each other.
Yeah, they do.
So anyway, all right, so let's look at Turkey's form first. 3 defeats and 2 draws in their last 5 games, compared to Georgia, who are actually going into this game in better winning form, with 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 defeat.
Yeah.
So obviously also just to mention, this is Georgia's first ever European Championship, and with this being their first ever game in that tournament. How do you see this going for them?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting game, quite an open game. Obviously, Turkey and Georgia, they both are fighting for the 3rd place position. I do believe it is going to be a difficult game for both sides. Turkey on paper seem to be more favourites going into it than Georgia, but I feel like there's no pressure on Georgia at the same time, meaning they can cause problems. I mean, looking at their form, they beaten Luxembourg by 2-0. Luxembourg by 2-0, or Netherlands, whatever they call it. But no, with obviously Spain, they lost to them 3-1, which obviously was expected. But they haven't lost as badly as we would have predicted. Picked up a good draw against Scotland as well, so which was a surprise for anybody, to be honest with you. So, but with Turkey, obviously losing to sides like Austria and Bulgaria, and Poland especially, that's not good.
No, I mean, again, I feel this is the game where, because I feel like both teams are on a very similar level right now. I mean, again, this will be Georgia's first ever game in this tournament. They will want to start off well.
Yeah, they do.
And again, obviously congratulations to Georgia for making it. It's brilliant for them, and I wish them all the best of luck. But yeah, I feel like again Turkey. Yeah, form's not being great, and I'm going to get straight into it. 2-2.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good scoreline. I'm going to predict a 1-1 draw. There's going to be a lot of entertainment in that game. Obviously, lots of chances created. But I do believe it might not be the best of games in terms of scoring goals. So I think I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. We are into our final match of the Super 6 prediction, which is Portugal versus Czech Republic. It is the final game of the first round, which is on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, as I said before. Now, going straight into the forms of both sides. So we've got, obviously, Czech Republic winning 5 out of 5, which is fantastic form for them. Yeah. Portugal have been a bit inconsistent, winning 3 out of 5, which is good, but having lost 2 games, which was against Slovakia and Croatia, from what I understand. Yeah,
yes, come on, the boys!
Look at this guy. Look at this guy celebrating.
Yeah, come on. It's coming home.
But no, I feel like with this game, on paper, it's going to be an interesting game. Portugal have got a very strong team. Czech Republic have also got a certain XYZ amount of players playing for the same club. I believe it's Slavia Prague. I'm not 100% sure. Because we did do an overview of all the squads this past Monday.
Yeah.
But no, I do believe Portugal on paper will be the favourites into that. Even though, obviously, the last 5 games is just obviously I wouldn't say a myth, but obviously a couple of warm-up games is a good opportunity to get them prepared. But no, I do believe the quality that Portugal have got as well will get them over the line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean you've got like Bernardo Silva, Rafael Leao, you've got Joao Felix. Ronaldo, he's now 39, but I'm sure he's still got something to offer in this tournament. I mean, yeah, like Ruben Dias in defence for Man City, Rui Patricio in goal. I feel like Portugal have a solid, and I mean a solid team. But again, looking at the Czech Republic, because we went through their squad on Monday, they've got Soufal and Souček, who both play for West Ham.
Yes, that's correct.
And yeah, I'm sure they still have some good players, but they won't. I don't think they have what it takes to match Portugal's level.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, with Portugal, to be fair, given the fact that their average age of the team, I think, is 27 or 28 or somewhere around those age range, they have a couple of key experienced players who are over in their 30s, and one of them, obviously, with Pepe, for example, turning 41, for example, this year,
41,
and he still plays fantastically as well. I mean, that could be his last tournament as well.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo as well, 39 years of age.
Insane longevity, by the way.
Yes, of course. And what's his name? Bernardo Silva, 29 years of age, turning 30. Diogo Jota turning 28 later this year. So they do have a few young players, but I feel like with Roberto Martinez, they'll go with experience for this one.
Yeah, I think, again, Roberto Martinez, he's proven himself as a national manager, having coached Belgium. I think that's the only national team he's coached anyway. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, yes it is. Yes it is, because he managed in the Premier League level and Championship level, Swansea City, Wigan and Everton as well.
Yeah, so I think he clearly does have the experience to get this Portugal team over the line, obviously. But if we're going back to let's go back to the Czech Republic, because again, looking at the past 5 games form here, so they beat. Let's have a look. So they beat Armenia. Actually, no, hang on. So we got Moldova,
Yeah.
Norway, Armenia, Malta, and Macedonia.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's good they've won all those 5 games, but when you're up against that kind of opposition, we're winning narrowly.
Yeah.
Again, if you look at here, right? So they beat Macedonia and Armenia both 2-1 at home. It doesn't convince me as much because again, like even they beat Malta 7-1 comfortably.
Yeah.
But for me, that's not enough to beat this Portugal team.
Nah, me neither. Same with Norway as well. I mean, Norway, surprisingly, who finished in 3rd in their group, somehow did not qualify for the Euros. Such controversy, corruption, more like. No, but I do feel like obviously they haven't really been convincing as much as I would have liked. And on that note, I'm gonna go for a ruthless score of 5-0 win against Czech Republic.
Well,
5-0 Portugal versus Czech. 5-0 win for Portugal against Czech Republic.
That's, wow, again, ruthless. I like it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to be as ruthless. I'm going to say 3-0 Portugal. Yeah, so basically, guys, also, because what we spoke about in the video earlier, so me and Zach were actually here on Monday. We went through all the squads, the players, the respective clubs they played for, where they finished in their qualifying groups. So we went pretty much into full detail. However, the problem was, so when I went to edit the video, it wasn't so much the editing, it was more like, so the software that I use. So the video, guess how long the video was?
How long was it?
63 minutes.
Yeah, that's long. That is crazy.
Yeah. So basically, the software that I use wasn't able to export the whole video, which is why, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make a separate video based on that. But obviously, now you guys will have, obviously, look down here, you will see now our squad, group stage predictions. But yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Zach, thanks for featuring again.
Yes, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man. South Africa, I've got a message for you, by the way.
Oh God.
If you don't bring it home, pack your bags and get out of here.
Bring it home.
Yeah, exactly. You know what Biff Tannen from Back to the Future said? The high school bully. He said, "Make like a tree and get out of here."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, Zach, I was going to say as well, right? Do you remember when he got his hands on that sports almanac with all the future results?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Like I'm saying this now. If I had my hands on the future results, I'd be a billionaire by now.
Yeah, I agree. I would be as well. To be fair, I would be as well.
Like just imagine having like a book for all these 6 games coming up, and I could just fill them in, and then just sit behind the sofa like this, and then just find out. Literally, I could that 100k will be in my NatWest account now. Do this. Super Six. I want it in my account now. So.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, anyway, guys, so thanks again for watching. Enjoy the Euros, and of course, enjoy your week.
Thank you very much.